Everybody, hopefully kila mtu, everybody is doing okay, everybody is doing fine. And today we are in gold. Today I want us to look at price. Let's see how we can take a trade for today, and let's see what will happen if we can get something out of the markets. So I'll start from the higher time frame, and I think I will get off these stuffs and leave some because I want us to have a clear read of these pricing. So this is the daily time frame, and what we can see is let's start from the higher time frame. Is we saw this retracement down from last week, and we can see how it lost its strength. And I was watching this weekly inversion fair value gap to be tapped into. Then I had my swing trade over here, but hasn't yet been tapped into. I guess you can see we had this drop down, never tapped into this weekly fair value gap, but we can say it tapped into these high, low, higher, high breaker, tapped into this breaker, this bullish candle. Then it lost its strength, and my swing trade was a 1 to 2, but let's see whether that's the case, or next week we might also retrace lower. But what we want to catch is a trade for today. So I dropped to the daily time frame, and what I really saw is below here we really don't have any imbalance. As you can see, we had a fair value gap inside here, a slight fair value gap that the market had violated. Then we had a retracement again, it was violated by this candle, that this fair value gap that was to support price lower after it had been violated by this candle, but again violated by this other candle by closing above it. That was on yesterday. And over here, guess what you can see is today we had the opening price, the market rallied lower inside this order block. Then we can see how it has rallied above the open price, meaning the Judas swing is here. Now I want us to read price below here and see how we should anticipate this expansion higher, because for me, since price has traded above the open, and you can see over here it's above the open because it opened around this zone, and we had already the Judas swing. Now I'm expecting a retracement higher, but let's see from the lower time frame whether we have something that might drive the market below these open price. I guess you can see the daily open over here. So that's when I've seen we have this daily this for our fair value gap that is slightly below the open price of today. And I really don't know whether the market will dip into this fair value gap then continue higher. So that's what I want us to establish, right? So over here we can see we have a high, a low, a higher high, meaning this bull candle is a breaker. I don't know, maybe we can see market tapped into this week, and then we can see it rallied higher. So I don't, this doesn't give me any clear sign that the market will not retrace here. So I want to look for something really clear that will give me validation that the market will either go lower or go higher. So I want to use these candles body wick, the upper wick, and see where price is currently, whether it is above these wicks consequent encroachment or midpoint, so that from there I can see what or we can see what we can anticipate of price. And something I really want to be keen with is the premium discount raise, right? And I will be watching that keenly. so that we may not get burnt out, right? So let's see over here, because these will be my draw on liquidity, these highs, but usually I want to take my 1 to 2, because sometimes the market might not go for these highs. It might sometimes price might maybe be around here, then go the other way around, maybe refill this, then we'll come for these later on. So that's why I usually take my 1 to 2. So inside these price, like here inside this week, I will drop to the lower time frames and see what's happening there, right? To see what am I really anticipating. Should a price dip lower, and how should it dip lower? Yeah, I want to see whether price will retrace or we have a continuation higher. So inside here, the 3 hour, we can also see the same wick. This candle has 4 minutes to close on the left. I guess you can see, is it on the left or right? And you can see this candle is currently trading above the midpoint of this week, right? Dropping to the 2 hour time frame, also we have a same wick. We have this candle has closed above. We've seen these rally lower and tapped into past the midpoint of these. I guess you can see this candle. Then we can see how it has lost its strength. Then over here we can see these movement of price. You can see we have a wick here. The next candle had a wick, then dropped low. We had a drop of price lower, then sharp retracement, then we have a sharp rally, then a retracement, then we have this candle that closed above these wicks midpoint. And we can see how price inside here is you can see how the wicks have been operating inside this price leg. So to some extent for price to go past this balanced price range over here, you can see from the low to this high, price over here is kind of balanced, but we cannot assume that the fact that we have a PDRA here, which is the 2 hour fair value gap, that is slightly below this 4 hour fair value gap, that maybe price might retrace to discount, then continue with the buys. But these balanced price range here, we should also consider it. So I'm dropping to the 1 hour time frame and see what's happening over there. Also the same over here, we have a 1 hour fair value gap inside this zone, right? And we have a 1 hour a slight fair value gap over here, but the 2 hour fair value gap, I think, should I label it, or let's make these trend lines to illustrate these 2 hour fair value gap. There we have then there is the 2 hour fair value gap low. So I'll only label these 2 hour fair value gap low. Yeah, I guess it's sitting there. I don't want to make it that thicker. So over here in the 1 hour time frame, I guess you can see the whole 2 hour. Only have this 1 hour over here, but price over here, you can see how this candle closed above the midpoint of this. So back to what I was saying is, I'm not saying that price might. I have two scenarios here. This balanced price range over here, right, that might cause price it will be difficult for price to drive through all these balanced price range over here, but we also have a scenario that price might retrace to discount into this 2-hour fair value gap past this 4-hour fair value gap, then continue a rally higher. So that's what I want us to diagnose and see, will price really push through below, or should we go in for buys, right? So over here, the price action, we can see we have this 30 minutes candle, and what I'm seeing is price respecting these bull raise. You can see we have this order block that was respected over here. We have this rally higher, then we can see how the bodies are respecting these candles, this order block, this 30 minutes order block. And let's see how the 1-hour candle has closed. You can see the candle has closed above this 4-hour midpoint, and the 3-hour, the 3-hour has already closed above this midpoint. So to me, I guess and also the 4-hour, as the 4-hour really closed, it has an hour to go. So because of the price action, I will not really, I will anticipate to see higher prices. Then later on we can see a drop because of this balanced price leg over here. So I'm bullish, and I don't know, it's around what's the time, it's around 8. So and inside the 30 minutes, you can see how these bullish arrays are being respected, the candles being respecting these bullish arrays. So I guess for me, I'm going in for buys, despite that I should also consider the market also might rally to discount, right? So I'll be very keen and to see what price is giving us, right? So where should my entry? I'm thinking my stop will be below this low. If I find an entry, my stop should be below, because this week had already tapped into these weeks past consequent encroachment. Yeah, that already tapped into. So looking for my entry, then my stop is below this 1-hour low, and let's see where we can look for our entries. Over here we have this fair value gap that will be left in case we have a fair value gap here that to me will be for entry, right? So I want to see a displacement lower, maybe tap us in. It's a long position, over here, with my stop, I was saying the 1 hour low, the order blocks low, with a 1 to 2 target. Over there. Want us to be tapped into, but not yet. We have this fair value gap over here. I'll be patient. Want to see it being tapped into, then maybe rally high. Despite that, the fact we are having equal lows here isn't is something to be worried about, but the stop, I guess, below that low, and where let me see, where do we have the equal lows? Over here. Let me make light line to see where below that low. I guess my SL is safe, so let's hopefully see what will happen, whether price will retrace or will have that continuation higher. So I'll pause. Should I pause so that let me pause so that we may have a review after maybe this trade. Should it be after, or I'll do another review? Let's see. Let me pause, then I'll be coming to share what I think. I guess we've been tapped into now. The 3 hour fair value gap. Not really, not yet, but patient to see what will happen. So I'll be back to review my trade. See you in a bit. Now we've been tapped into. Let's see whether now the market will expand higher to our GP. Remember, 1 to 2 is good for us, so let's wait and see for how this will play out. So I want to see this candle closure above this weak consequent encroachment, and this trade we see whether our GP will be hit. So let's let it play out. I'll be back in a few game. I don't know whether it's an audio because I'm pausing this video and doing other things and with using this device. So by the way, we have news at around 9:15. Over here I want to label these news. So that we may playing out well. So we'll be back again. We have a drop back now. We are in negative, but we have this order block that should maybe support price higher. So everything is good for me, and maybe the equal lows, let me go, the equal lows I was talking about, let's see whether they may be cleared, and whether we may be taken out. So let's chill and see. But I want to see this fair value gap being respected. This 5 minutes fair value gap, but let's wait and see. We shouldn't be in any tense. I'm not in a tense, because if I get wrong, then I'll have something to learn and maybe know where I did go wrong. So let's wait and see what's happening over here. But that sharp drop is concerning. The sharp drop is really concerning, and the equal lows have been cleared. Now let's watch what will happen. Let's watch what will happen. I would like to see this fair value gap being support of price. I want to see it support price higher, but that's not guaranteed. And yeah, this was what the equal lows I was talking about. And I guess you can remember I did draw these early to see where my stop was. So this, I like to use some emoji this one with a tick, so I'll know over here the sell side liquidity was grabbed. And now let's see whether we can have that expansion higher. So this fair value gap is of importance to me. I don't want to draw many stars here that will make our chart look dirty. And something also is we had these 15 minutes fair value gap, that not order block, that to me is to resist prices from going lower by supporting it going higher. I don't want to see a candle closure below the main threshold or the midpoint of this order block, right? I don't really want to see a closure of candle below the midpoint of this order block. So yeah, if that doesn't happen, then I'm bullish and I'm sticking into my trade. And the most important thing, I thought I wasn't recording. Always your stop loss should be you should always check where your stop loss is, because in this scenario, to some of maybe someone who had placed a stop below this order block, then by now is out. So I'll be back in a few to let you know how the trade is running. All right, let's go on. So Currently, I guess you can see where we are at, but I'm seeing what I usually like to see, because you can see this candle closure above these week's consequent encroachment. If you have realized my trading analysis or on how I manage my trade, I usually take weeks of candles. How can I, weeks are so important to me. So once this candle has closed above these weeks consequent encroachment, so to me this might be a slight retracement, then we can see a retracement higher. I want to see where is, yeah, price retracing to. We have this order block here, so maybe price is retracing to this order block. Tap it, and we can see a continuation up. So I'm not tensing, or I'm not fearful in this trade. I've not yet taken my partials yet, because I want to see my GB being hit, but yeah, I should have taken by now my partials, but even if I could have taken out my partials, I could not trail my stop loss yet. I will not be trailing my stop loss yet, but let's see over here in the 30 minutes. Now we are back to break even, but we can see how this candle closed bullish. So to me, this is a slight retracement, because we have 22 minutes before this candle closes. This might be the manipulation phase, and then we are anticipating to see a rally higher back to the equal lows. Can we be taken out? But yeah, let's wait and see how this candle closes. Oh, it's about time. Yeah, we've been taken out, and yeah, I don't know, but still, let's watch and see whether we were wrong, or what has happened. Maybe stop loss placement or what. So let's wait and see. So I'll be back again to continue with this video. I'm not going. We have to see inside the 1 hour. My stop loss. Below the low. Okay, we had a stop below this low, but we've been taken out, and yeah, without even taking our partials. But I'm here until we see whether the market reverses, or we have a continuation higher. So I'll be back in a few minutes. All right, so we can see currently we are kind of consolidating, and what I'm seeing from the higher time frame is, you can see we are reacting of that 30 minutes fair value gap, and also from the daily, from the 1 hour, I mean, you can see this candle currently is above the main threshold of this slight order block here, and now I want us to be patient. Also, I'm watching this 4 hour candle, a closure above the main, a closure above the consequent encroachment of this week will significant will simple to me bullish prices still, but because, yeah, currently we are still in that above above So want us to be watching the price action here. Want to see how will price react with this order block. Price might close below the mean threshold, then we might have maybe a dip lower to discount from which we can buy off. But to me, I will be watching this 1 hour candle, how it really closes. Then through that, I will not be entering another trade because I have already had a loss with this trade. For my SL placement, I guess was kind of too, how can I say, to me was all right, but also I will, let's find out what where should we have placed our stop loss, right? Because my stop loss placement was based on these candles low, because these candle had already tapped into the midpoint of this fair value gap, right? So I had placed my stop loss slightly below the low, and funny enough, I've been taken out. Maybe let's see what really drive the market. But low, we have over here this liquidity below this low. We have liquidity there, and dropping further, can we say we have these relative equal lows? We have this low with this other low. Can say this is another relative equal lows. So the market dipped lower into this mitigation block, tapped me out, and dropping to the 5 minutes into these. We have this 5 minutes inversion fair value gap, and let's see whether the midpoint, yeah, price tapped into the midpoint of that fair value gap, this 5 minutes inversion fair value gap, tapped me out, tapped into the past the midpoint. Then you can see the rally higher. So something else to be watching is the lower time frame, where we have placed where I have placed my stop loss. I should be watching the lower time frame, whether we have liquidity or we have a key level from which we might anticipate price to tap in and then maybe rally. So yeah, that was I guess the reason why we had low relative equal lows, despite the first relative equal lows. We also have these other lows paired with an inversion fair value gap. Then we can see how the market has reacted off that, and let's see how the 1 hour candle has closed. 2 minutes to go before it closes. Right, also I'm thinking of the 4 hour, and also something I told myself is I'll be waiting mostly for these 4 hour candle to close, because maybe the closure above this midpoint, right, could have given me idea, so that I will be waiting for retracement down, then enter for a trade higher. But it's a lesson, because without making these kind of mistakes, we cannot learn. We cannot learn if we cannot be making these kinds of mistakes. So yeah, I guess my stop loss placement we had a bit of I wasn't keen, but I've reflected on that. So let's wait and see whether We have another fair value gap here. Maybe the market will retrace up in, but I will not be in this trade, so let this be on the side. Paired with another inversion fair value gap over here. So I guess you can remember this zone of mine. This is the 4-hour week, right? This is the 4-hour week. Let me get rid of it so that our charts might be cleaner. So if I was to enter this trade, yeah, now that deep into that fair value gap was to be my trade. So here also a 1 to 2, where should be my stops? I guess below the lows that have been created. Let's see from the higher time frames, maybe the 30 minutes, because the market might also rally lower, maybe to these consequent encroachment of these previous candles, previous candles midpoint, this 30 minutes. So I will let my stops be there, then maybe see how will this play out. Let's see these TP will be hit or our SL again will be hit. But over here we can see this candle has closed above these 15 minutes order block, and the 1 hour has already closed above the order block main threshold, and also let's see of the 4 hour. The 4 hour has also closed above these week's consequent encroachment. So now this rally lower is what maybe one can catch, because we have already this immediate rebalance here. One can catch this trade here, and maybe with the stop slightly below these week's consequent encroachment. But let's be watching and see what will happen with this trade again, because below here, remember, we have a premium discount arrays. So it's something that I want to, or it's something I want to learn, whether sometimes price action may prevent price from going to discount, right? For this instance is we have these 2-hour fair value gap as a discount, where price might retrace to, then from which you can buy. But also price action around here, I guess from the first part of the video you can see how balanced that that price action was. So let's see. Hey, Now I guess you can see that's why I really don't like taking other trades after my first trade, or that's why I've maybe put into my rules that I should be only taking one trade by day. So for instance, if I had taken this trade here, you could have seen the stop could have been triggered, and two losses, and that's not a part of my rules. So I'll get rid of these because it's making my charts a bit look dirty. And let's see what has happened, and now we might be seeing a reversal in price. So over here, uh, we can realize now that our price is showing signs to dip lower, to dip now into discount. Now it's time that for those who are patient, for those who didn't I take trades here as I took, now now we can see now the shift into discount now, right? And from the 15 minutes, I guess you can see these bull candles are acting as support, as resistance, I mean, preventing higher prices. As you can see, these candles never closed above the main threshold of this now so order block. Now we can anticipate lower prices during the news, deep into these 2 hour fair value gap, from which I'm anticipating we can have uh, buys. If it was possible, I could have my limit here. So also I will do, I will oh what I will have shortly, because I'm trying to process something over here. Dropping to the 1 hour time frame, what can I really see? We have we can see these. So what now I was expecting, we can see a sharp drop lower into this area during the news, into discount. Then from this level we can anticipate higher prices. So to me, I don't know how I can describe this, but did I really rush? No. Did I have a clear plan as to why I did have my price, my trade? Yeah. But was I wrong? Yes. And what is the mistake? Is or what is the lesson for today? Right? Is despite that we can have this balanced price range here, and we have draws on liquidity. These, for instance, this 4 hour fair value gap, and also this 2 hour fair value gap. If we go to the 2 hour fair value gap, despite yeah, despite that we have this balanced price range over here, and we have draws on liquidity, that is the 4 hour fair value gap and the 2 hour fair value gap. And furthermore, these draws on liquidity are in discount levels. Yeah, so we should never trust this price action. Just be patient, wait for price to dip into these draws on liquidity or these key levels in discount, from which we can execute on our buy, right? So you can see it's already, this candle has 1 hour to go, so it can dip lower. So that's why it's necessary that you should be patient enough. Let's never be triggered by these. I see now we have that I guess it's 45, yeah, a few minutes to I guess you can see this balance price range here should never dedicate or should never make us decide that we can never maybe dip these we can assume the discount and the PDR range, right? So despite the price action, but we have some draws on liquidity, I guess it should never triggers, and from this level I guess we should be expecting buys. Now we should be expecting buys and see this sharp drop, see the sharp drop from here. It's here to here. So I guess today it's a lesson that I've got to learn, despite the balanced price action or the balanced price range. Always let's consider the premium discount raise. And this is not the first time I'm saying this, but yeah, something to be watching. And from here now I guess we can have during the, how can I call it, during news. Let's wait and see what will happen. And I'm pretty sure from this level now we can buy off if I was patient, and or if maybe I was able to interpret this price. Not that I wasn't able, because I didn't take my second or third trade that was for buys, and even though I had that that tool of mine, despite having my plan, also it was kind of impulsive, because I didn't take my time to also think of the other side, right? So but yeah, this is what was expected, and let's see how this will play out during news before I close these so let's chill. All right guys, I didn't expect these, but things have really changed. Wow, things have really changed, and honestly I didn't see this coming, but it has already happened, and now I'm no longer bullish but bearish, and I would want to see price go lower because of what has just happened. I'm just seeing a kind of consolidating, but I would want to see because every bullish array to me has been violated, because we have this 1 hour candle that has closed below this 4 hour inversion fair value gap, also this 2 hour fair value gap. As you can see, the 2 hour fair value gap also closed below this 4 hour inversion fair value gap. So to me, this price action over here is signaling bearishness to me. So, and also we have this inversion fair value gap over here that has been violated by a candle closure below it. So to me, this bearishness and everything I had before has changed, and now, because I'm totally exhausted, my mental stability is too low for now. I don't want to be engaging in reading this price action today. Enough is enough for today. We have our loss today, and our price read was maybe wrong. Well, yeah, we were wrong. There's nothing to be I don't know how to describe even it, but this balanced price range should never ever dictate my decisions. They should always, like, they have an impact, but sometimes when you have a bearish arrays, always consider the arrays in discount, right, when we want to be bullish. But over here, since I'm seeing bear price leg, these to me is bearish, so I'll get off this market because I have been tapped out of my trade, and maybe this price action above the open was the Judas swing. It wasn't the other way around, it wasn't the other way around, but yeah, this was the Judas swing. If currently we go to the higher, the daily time frame, I guess Now we can see the Judas swing over here. It's funny how things change so fast. Previously I had the lower wick as my Judas swing, but yeah, over here this is the Judas swing, and I'm expecting lower retracements of prices, and we have been caught offside, and that's good. And I guess this 4-hour inversion fair value gap should support prices lower, and maybe tomorrow we'll be here for shorting in gold. So thank you for watching this video, if you did manage to watch this whole video. And until next time guys, be safe. I need to go reset my mind because I'm mentally exhausted because of what has happened over here. So thank you, until next time guys, be safe.